Hey, Cornbread review off the bat, bro.
You might not like my review then, man. Yeah, so all in all, man, I ended up coming up 2.5 out of 5. Two of them things.
Yo.
5 out of 5 cornbreads for the cornbread review. What you think?
Yo, this thing on? Hey, I'm trying out something new, messing around with a couple mics, a couple sound levels. Definitely, I already know I got a podcast, so make sure you subscribe to the podcast, www.asquaredpodcast.com. And you guys are here for Cornbread Movie Review. What's up, man? I appreciate y'all coming to see me, but make sure you like and subscribe to this channel as well. Make sure you share. My name is Cornbread, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry, we got some things coming at the beginning of the year, man. So, good year, 2021, but 2022 is going to be even bigger. I introduced myself to y'all halfway through the year. We have a lot of movies that we talked about, and today we're here with another one. So before I do that, just make sure you turn notification bells on. Right, it should be a bell. Turn it on all. Make sure you get all my content. I'm telling you, the last maybe a week or two of the year, I'm gonna start smacking y'all with reviews just out of nowhere. Just bop, 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 bop. But let's get into it today. We are here to talk about House of Gucci. House of Gucci, ladies and gentlemen. This movie is in theaters and it's rated R. Certain scenes you're like, yeah, I can see why that's rated R, but definitely the cursing and stuff like that. So, House of Gucci. If this is the first time you're new to the channel, I do each movie, Cornbread movie review in 5 different categories, okay? You got acting, cinematography, storytelling, did I get what I bought, and then is it a must-see? And the best you can do is 5 out of each category, and I'll tally it up and let y'all know what I think. So, today, first category, acting. I want to say Lady Gaga's not missing low key. When she was in A Star Is Born, yeah, she did a great job, but she was also singing. That was more in her wheelhouse, more natural to her everyday life. This, she plays Patrizia Gucci, who's ruthless, bro. She's a wolf for real. And she didn't sing at all in this movie, right? So that challenge of, no, we're going to take your best talent and take that away from you. Now let's really see if you can act. And I think she knocked this acting role out the park, man. You damn near going to hate her character at the end of this, man. So good job to Lady Gaga. I want to see her in more films. I think she can hold her own against some top-notch, actors. So kudos to her. Also in this movie, Adam Driver. He plays Maurizio Gucci. I really like him as a character. Just, I guess, Maurizio. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could tell he wasn't with all the glitz and the glamour. He never wanted to be famous. Even though he came from money, he just wanted to live a regular life. Now, Adam Driver, I would say, I've seen him stretch out his acting capabilities in other movies. In this one, he was more of a laid-back character. He changed a little bit at the end, but it really wasn't as challenging as I thought that what's her name, Lady Gaga's character was. So the cast was great too. So I really enjoyed them. They worked well together. You could tell that they didn't like each other in certain parts, or they did love each other, but everybody's out for their own in this movie. So overall, acting is going to get a 4 out of 5 from me. I really enjoyed the different characters. Even when you got Al Pacino, you know what I'm saying? He's knocking his parts out the park as well. But he wasn't the main character, right? So he did his thing. So 4 out of 5. Next category, cinematography. Now I think the budget is $75 million, which is a lot. To me, this movie was filmed in Milan, Italy, and you could tell you get that old Italian vibe. Even the filter that they were filming in, you could just tell it was old, nostalgic of, man, I need to be there in Italy. They brought back a lot of designs, a lot of cars. What else? They even had fortune tellers. Like I know y'all remember fortune tellers out there, man. So you get the vibe of the this movie was basically in the 70s. So you get the vibe of the 70s, the 80s, even some of the 90s. But for a budget of $75 million, you could tell they spent it maybe the money on maybe location and maybe actors. They really didn't spend it. It wasn't too many action scenes, very creativity on how they film certain things. So it was very standard to me on the cinematography. Even like with the soundtrack, it wasn't really booming off the charts, even though you got Lady Gaga in it. So very standard for me. So cinematography is going to get a 3.5 out of 5 from me on House of Gucci. Now, the next category is storytelling. Once again, this movie takes place in Milan, and I think the first time is 74. 78, I'm sorry. 78 in Italy. Now, you're coming into a situation where Gucci's already established. And so you get the perspective of the son, Maurizio, and then Lady Gaga's character, his wife. And then how that dynamic played, on how they met, what transpired, how they got back into the business. So I'm not going to tell y'all everything, but this is the storytelling of what you get. So I think with that story, it was great. Nothing felt rushed. There was no stone, unturned. I think they did a great job in telling those two individual story. Now, with Lady Gaga's character, you kind of say, okay, well, I know you're out for something, but was she like that? You don't really get those questions answered, even though I don't know if she helped make this movie or not, but you really didn't get those answers. But she's a wolf, bro. It's kind of like you in the right place at the right time, or are you trying to catch your prey? You trying to get that bag. To this day, that's a person who went to go get that bag. She knew who she was going to get, Gucci. So he just fell into the trap, especially with a person who's been sheltered like that, the son. He looking for the first, he wasn't really interested, but if she bad and she giving it up, he gonna holler at her, man. So he fell for the trap. Or maybe they were really in love, but they fell out of love. So a way to capture that. I also really like how they highlighted Gucci was almost in a standstill a lot of times, or even on a decline. And they needed to do a rebrand. So they talked more about how the family felt about the rebrand, who could have helped out during that rebrand, and just shooting for the stars and creativity. And but some of that old money ain't gonna change. They feel like if they got it and they worth billions of dollars, why would I change something now? I'm already me. It's my company. It's my rules. So I really like how they establish more, hey, this is a new age. We need the new blood in here, but the new blood is trying to kill everybody. Even the closest people to you know your secrets, and they're gonna use them against you. So, take heed to that, man, because people out here are wilding out. So, storytelling for me gets a 4 out of 5. I think this story is phenomenal. Even from start to end, everything what happens. But we'll get into the issue that I do have. All right. Now, did I get what I bought? This movie is only in theaters, to my knowledge. It's not on any streams or demand. So movie tickets go from $10 to $15, maybe $20, depending on where you're at. So reasonably priced ticket, nothing crazy. Once again, this story starts when the parents are 70. I'm not a big fan of, well, I'm not going to say I'm not a fan. I'm the lack of knowledge I don't know for Gucci, right? So tell me how they got to this point. Tell me the creators of how they create Gucci, how they got their wealth, some of the pitfalls they did to even get to that point. You're already coming into this story, honestly, on the tail end of it, and I missed that part because I was intrigued. I want to know, how did they do it, and you don't get those answers. One thing I do know from this movie, though, is you got to protect the money at all costs. It's so many people out there who's willing to stab you in the back, the front, the side, just to get what you got, So you got to protect the money. Even learned about death taxes, which I kind of know a little bit about, but $14 billion he had to pay for a death tax? Come on, man, I'm not. Y'all too rich, man. And even you could tell from the 70s to now embezzling and paying tax fraud and stuff. It's like, what's the penalty? You're saving millions and billions of dollars, but the punishment is a year? Come on, stuff isn't adding up. When people are stealing candy bars for $2, but they get 20 years for that. Like, come on, man. We gotta do better with the laws overall. And then even Tom Ford, he, I guess, created some things for Gucci that I didn't know about. So it's good to see some, I was a fly on the wall, get to go back in time and see how little things are developed now. But once again, me going into it, I'm thinking Lady Gaga is the mother of Gucci, right? And you're going to learn more about her. But no, she's the wife of the son. And so I did not prepare myself for that. I thought I was going to learn more about Gucci's story, and I didn't. So did I get what I bought? Is a 3.5 out of 5 for me. Last category, is it a must-see? At the beginning of this movie, they said the last name was a curse, and you felt that. If you was a Gucci, just because you have money didn't mean none of them were happy. And then all the vultures that are trying to get them, and then they also have to fight against family and snitching and just a lot of backstabbing that you really don't want to deal with, and you want to be happy. So you get that. It had a lot of funny parts in this movie. I think that was very underrated. A lot of funny parts, and it was natural funny. It wasn't like one-liners. It was just people being their self, but what they were doing was funny. So I think you'll really enjoy that if you go see that. Also, you're invested in the story that they do tell. Like I said, this movie is 2 hours and 30-something minutes, man, and I was glued to my seat. I'm like, where are we going next? It was not predictable at all. Not predictable. And technically, you could look up the story and find out what happened, but good job on that. And the sad thing is, Gucci, I think they're worth about $60 billion now, and no Gucci members own the part of the company at all now. So please, all y'all out there, Cornbread movie review listeners and viewers, make sure y'all protect the money at all times. But is it a must-see? I'm going to say a 4.5 out of 5, man. I really enjoyed this movie. I think, especially for the end of the year, it's something different. It's not a, superhero movie, so it's something different, something to, a little history lesson, if you will. So 4.5 out of 5, is it a must-see? Overall, House of Gucci gets 4 out of 5 cornbreads from me, man. Hey, I'm just here just to report what I see. 4 out of 5 Gucci for me. Make sure you check out my 2021 Cornbread movie review. Like I said, I think I got probably two more for the rest of the year, man. We dwindling down to the nitty gritty, but I appreciate y'all even being on this journey with me so far. And who would I be if I didn't give y'all a forgotten movie? Come on, man. I told y'all, I'm not missing no episodes without this. Now, if you're new to the channel, a forgotten movie is something that you forgot, you never heard of, or maybe you be like, bro, yeah, I definitely need to double back and watch this again because it is a classic. And that movie came out in 2005, and it's called Coach Carter. I know y'all heard of Coach Carter. Come on, man. This is a top 10, top 15 movie. Sports movie of all time, man. Samuel L. Jackson was on a tear around this time, man. So, yes, this is let's say a basketball movie. It's a lot of basketball, but Samuel L. Jackson also had to believe in his players. He had to look out for their best interests. He had to be the bad guy. He had to save the school damn near, So he was also the father figure for a lot of these kids, and it's based off a true story, man. So who doesn't love a true story? That's another one from House of Gucci on to Coach Carter. Hopefully you like this episode, Cornbread movie review. I'll be back again with in another week, or maybe less than a week. I don't know, man. I told y'all, make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share, because I'm going to start smacking y'all with some episodes, man. But I appreciate y'all. I'll be back again next time. Peace.